Hey ho, another day in hell. Good morning, world. You bastard! Mr. Youre is bored. I know, I'll pick on some low-hanging fruit. That'll cheer me up.
Hey guys!
Hi!
So, in case you don't know, I am a feminist.
Congratulations!
Others on the internet have branded me as a social justice warrior, which I think is just really stupid.
After labelling yourself as a feminist, anything after that is pretty arbitrary. You've already said you follow an ideology built on fallacies and misinformation. Still, carry on.
Because SJW is just it's a tainted term now. And also, I don't think that fighting for social justice is a bad thing.
Me neither. But your version of social justice is very different to mine. We'll see if we can elaborate on that throughout this video.
I care about things like racism and LGBT issues and politics. And that right there is honestly enough to make a large group of people just stop talking to me and pigeonhole me as some crazy woman who's never had any life experience and isn't educated on any topic and is therefore not worth listening to.
It's okay. I'll still talk to you. And I'm listening too.
But that's not what I'm here to talk about. The echo chamber of the anti-SJW community can wait for another video. Instead, I'm going to talk about why I won't ever get along with the online community of anti-SJWs, anti-feminists, conservatives, whatever it may be.
So please, enlighten us on why.
Not all of them, of course, just the very prominent and vocal ones on YouTube.
While not all of us can be prominent, we're all vocal. That's why we're on YouTube, to get our message across, just like you are doing now.
And that isn't to say that I'll never agree with any opinion that these people might have. I'm sure that I agree with anti-SJWs and conservatives on certain topics because people and movements aren't black and white. But, as a massive generalization, here is why I will never get along with these groups of people. 1. I truthfully don't care enough to question somebody's identity, and I think it's pretty shitty if you do.
Neither do I. I honestly don't give a fuck what you call yourself, or what you do, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else.
If somebody comes up to me and is like, hi, I'm bi, pan, lesbian, gay, trans, whatever it may be, I just accept it. Because I truthfully just don't have that much time or energy to put into other people's lives that I don't know.
And who exactly does this? Do you have any proof? Citations? Oh look, none. Imagine my surprise.
And even if a friend did come up to me and I'd known her and she'd been dating dudes for a year and she's like, hey, I'm a lesbian, I'd be like, cool, great. I wouldn't be bothered enough to question it, and I certainly wouldn't be bothered enough to make an entire campaign to prove that they're not really a lesbian. I wouldn't go out of my way to try and prove that they're faking it, convince everyone that they're lying, because 1, the chances of them faking it are actually statistically very, very slim.
Agreed. It's highly unlikely that anyone would fake being gay or lesbian. However, there is a percentage of women that do experiment in their late teens and early 20s with lesbianism, and then later on decide it's not really for them.
Yeah, you can definitely argue that online it's quite cool or whatever to be queer, but the thing about saying things online is that they go into the real world, and in the real world, it still isn't cool to be queer.
No, it's not cool. That's why there's gay pride parades in every single major city in the West.
Also, if they turn out to not really be a lesbian and they're just experimenting and trying new things out, good for them. Good for them. Try things out. Get to know yourself. You do you, boo.
Again, no arguments here.
And finally, I'm just not a dickhead.
Okay, so you're not a dickhead. Good for you. So does that mean I am, because I don't agree with you on every point?
And I don't think it's cool to see someone come out or live their lives as their true selves and question that and try and make people believe that they're not really that thing.
Again, more absolutely baseless accusations with no facts to back it up.
It's just really pathetic and unkind. Pathetic and unkind.
Okay, so I'm pathetic and unkind. Gotcha.
2. I don't think that our change is done. A lot of conservatives will say that the left are just making things up and trying to cause drama for the sake of it, but we're really not.
So far, you've been making shit up. The burden of proof lies with the accuser, and you show no sources whatsoever.
There's still a lot of shit to do, and just because women can get jobs and black people are no longer enslaved doesn't mean that all of our work is done.
So what work needs to be done? I want specifics.
Men are facing sky-high suicide rates because expressing emotions is unmanly.
No, the sky-high suicide rates among men is down to a lot of factors. For instance, preferential treatment towards women when it comes to child custody and child support payments, unfair alimony in the US. They're 4 times more likely to end up homeless, yet more shelters are for women only. When a men's shelter is opened, feminists lobby to have it closed, or at the very least make sure they receive no public funding. Feminists will constantly disrupt any forums where men try to discuss male issues, plus the structure of how mental health is dealt with is more geared to how women deal with their emotions, rather than how men do. Not to mention how feminists balk at men's issues and add to the problem by mocking them with male tears mugs. In short, feminism is the biggest reason for male suicide. There's links to other videos and articles that expand on these topics in the description below.
Black people are being targeted by police at alarming rates.
Because they commit more crimes per capita.
Queer kids are being kicked out of home left, right and centre.
Well, that's shitty of the parents, but again, where's the data to back it up? Are there any underlying factors? Do you know 100% that the reason why they're kicked out is because they're gay? Not all queers are sweet and innocent, you know.
And women are being told that they deserve what they got when they said they've been raped because their clothing choices were revealed.
Another myth that keeps coming up every time. They will be asked what they were wearing at the time, so they can take said clothing and test for DNA and other evidence.
That's just the tip of the iceberg, and that's just in the West. Other parts of the world have it way worse.
Correct. Yes, they do.
The fight isn't nearly done, but a lot of conservatives feel that any attempt at change is an attack on their way of life and their traditional values.
No, it's because people are getting tired of being blamed for shit they didn't do, or held back because some groups fight for equality of outcome rather than equal opportunities for all.
They seem to think that the world is falling apart because a trans girl wants to use a bathroom and someone put a trigger warning before a film.
I don't give a shit who uses what bathroom, and I don't believe governments should regulate such things either. However, it should be up to whoever owns that bathroom and shouldn't be shamed or persecuted for their decisions on who uses it. Trigger warnings are for pussies. Apart from warnings about flashing images that can trigger epilepsy. Those aren't necessary.
But I see these as steps forward because I don't want to regress. I don't want to live in a world where fear and hatred are primary motivators for things.
Yet here you are doing exactly that.
And that all the work to do with social justice is done because our world is perfect. Spoiler, our world isn't perfect.
It never will be, nor should it be. Without struggles and adversity, we'd never grow as human beings.
And number 3, I like good debate and discussion and conversation.
Okay, so you say you like debating but won't do it on a live stream. Why? Because you know your arguments are inherently flawed, and they can be debunked easily.
Now, I've never done a video response to somebody, but you can bet your bottom dollar that any political or social justice or topical video that I've done has been heavily inspired by content that I disagree with. But the crucial difference is, I like to argue points. I like to argue with facts.
You mean you like to argue against facts?
I don't like to debate by talking about someone's appearance or what they'd be like in bed or attacking someone's character.
As you can see, I've not said anything of the sort. I'm pointing out everything wrong with your opinion. I don't give a shit what you look like.
To me, that just completely ruins your argument. If you need to rely on someone's skin colour or gender identity or how fuckable you think they are, then your argument just truly is weak.
That's the main component of identity politics. If you're a straight white male, then you cannot possibly understand the burdens we face every day. Thus your arguments are invalid.
And I know why they all do it. It's entertainment and it's just a joke and it's getting you clicks. You're profiting from harassment.
Please point out the part where I've harassed you. You put this video up on a public forum and I'm responding to it. Although you did say people like myself are
a dickhead
and also
pathetic and unkind.
I enjoy making decent original content that is made entirely by me and well-researched points.
What research? You're simply echoing the same feminist rhetoric that's been said thousands of times already. Where's the original content?
But if you can only make content by completely taking someone else's video and then adding your own voice over it, like, so be it. I just like making good stuff.
Because it's the simplest way to reply to your argument, point by point.
Anyway, those are my main issues and why I won't ever get along with the anti-SJW community.
Well, if you ever change your mind and want to chat, you know where to find me.